You know, because you were going, when we have a discussion and when we have a FIU now, some reason to pick them, you know. Because I want them understand so them going into a world is not a world where they're going to meet up on the same jacket and tie everywhere. You understand? So, hopefully your parents are listening. We don't really go off script. We don't really go, but words like certain words, I know it might be a little bit, you know, one like a PG. But
Yes.
first thing, I must, you know, big you up for your bravery. That's first thing. Yeah. So I just want to big you up for that because it's not, you know, the norm.
It's not easy, you know.
Yeah. It's not the norm to see, especially children of your age group on the political stage or you know, in the political arena. Because
There's a
it can be
lot of,
very, 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 very toxic.
I can tell you that there is a lot of us, and the PNP are in trouble. There is a lot of us.
I believe you. I believe you. I believe you totally. You said the reason why I wanted to call you up, yeah, and you know, sorry I had to, go off on them the other night when you were on the platform.
No,
You know,
listen, I understand you because, you know, Margaret Thatcher has a quote saying, when they start attacking you personally, there's nothing left in the political arena they can talk to you about. That's what I'm seeing coming from the other side. They have nothing political to say, so they choose to go the route of personal attacks and character assassinations.
I realize that you said something yesterday, and I want to big up neighbor for bringing you on yesterday because I drove 2 hours listening to you or hour and a half listening to you. Um, I may have checked the time fully. Maybe it could be less, could be more, but it does feel like my whole journey. You carried me yesterday on my whole journey. You said something yesterday that I've been contemplating. I've been looking at it for the longest time, and you connected the dot yesterday for me. When you said the time comes slogan, a form of entitlement.
Yes, it is.
Wanted to expound on it a little bit more for the sake of the people who never did hear, because I think it's really, really important for people to hear and understand what you said yesterday.
So what I was saying yesterday, that I feel like the time comes slogan was not, made out of a thought of the people or to say a essence of serving the people. It was made out of a thought of entitlement, saying that they are not used to being in opposition this long. So they're saying to the Jamaican people, they're saying to themselves, not the Jamaican people, that it's time for them to be back into power. That's what they are saying. They're not saying we are coming to serve the people. They feel entitled to this country. And this is coming from people saying this is a PNP country, or exactly that's what it's coming off from. So them being in opposition for this long is not used to them. They're behaving like spoiled children. So you have to understand the psychological play that's going on. They're not saying time come for better governance or time come for better for the people, or they think the government can be improved. I heard Dayton Campbell say he's not saying nothing now go on, him just think it can be better. And I think that's the stance that the opposition should have came to the Jamaican people from. But no, they create this atmosphere to fearmonger the people, to say that nothing is happening, they're suffering, when that's not the reality. So when you see the first time they started to gain traction on this, after a while, they don't have it. And you know why? Because the people are not living that reality.
And this the slogan, right? Meaning the
Yes,
slogan, right?
the people are not, they're just saying because of their political dominance in this country, they have not been in opposition for this long. They don't know what it's like to be in opposition for this long. So they are saying to the Jamaican people, you should bring us back into power because we are the PMP, and they feel like say them grandmother and them grandfather left them entitlement to this country. So this is just this time comes slogan. It was just a play on grown man's ego to think this country belongs to them. In contrast to the Jamaica Labour Party slogan, which brings a sort of patriotism to this country, saying it's time for us to stop choosing political sides. It's time for us to start choosing our country and choosing Jamaica.
Wow. So it's like because you know why I found it very interesting because I've been saying what I said yesterday it was an open-ended question, right? When they're saying it's like you leave with so many questions, like you don't know for what. But you hit the nail on the head by saying that because I'm hearing the chatter again that this is a PMP country. So because a PMP country, you don't have to give a plan. You can't just say we not give a plan because you got teeth it and the people then believe it and run with it. Because in truth, and really the plan you want to put forward is just the fact says a PMP country and we if we go back in a government now. That's what you're saying, right?
Yes, that's the mentality the slogan was born out of. And you know what solidified my view on that is when Damien Crawford said the PMP forgot how to win. What do you mean forgot how to win? And he also said, I'm tired of being in opposition. What do you mean you're tired of being in opposition? If your party does not have a plan for this country and you say you want better for this country, why do you need to be in government? Listen, for the first time, I want the listeners to listen what I'm saying. In Jamaica's history of political atmosphere, this is the first time the opposition doesn't have three key factors to say: crime, unemployment, unemployment in this country. They don't have those talking points. So you have to understand they have nothing to say because those talking points were taken away. And the biggest talking point for the opposition was always been the factor of crime and the economic stability of this country. We know the PNP does not live on physical discipline. They're this run with it party. That's what they do.
So just sorry, sister. So you said that the three factors where Andrew Wellness totally pulled from under them feet: the crime, economy, and poverty.
Yes,
Unemployment, which should have fallen
yes.
into poverty, right?
Yes. So he took those from them. So they have nothing to say. So it's kind of hard on their part. You have to listen. They're desperate, but it's kind of hard on their part when the main factors that has been in opposition when opposition leaders can attack, they have nothing. So the Jamaica Labour Party has totally left them blindsided when it comes down to this. They have no talking points. So what they try to do is fear monger people into thinking something is going on when nothing is actually going on. They said we were in an economic recession. Nothing of that sort. So you see, they come with different talking points, and then they come with these sort of things saying we will promise you this, we will promise you that. Majority of these programs are already active. So why are you promising people things that are already there?
Right, right. Like I say, Mark Wally talk about him a go build homes for victims of I think domestic violence or something like
That
that.
is already there.
When Babsy Grange already has that.
But listen, one of the biggest problems that is facing the entire world, people don't read beyond headlines. People don't read. And you see, when you know that there's a culture of people being ignorant and not reading, you can tell them anything. But I'm saying to the people, do your research. The internet is free. Do your research. Everything is at the top of a finger. And
Facts.
yes, so people just run with headlines.
Do you plan when you finish school, when you finish your studies, you plan to come back and serve your country in
Yes,
political
of
arena?
course. Yes, of course. I plan to serve my country because I see there's a great need for young people and people like me to come back and serve our country. We can't leave our country in the hands of these indoctrinated dinosaurs and surrogates of the People's National Party because they're not for the Jamaican people, they're for their party. And you understand that type of mentality needs to go. We can't have these people anymore back into our parliaments. Listen to me. You know what? One of my biggest issues is the hierarchy of the PNP. They have shown time and time again that they don't support women. They don't like women. And you see you're talking about the men on here, they are doing what they see their leaders are doing. So we can't come on here to tell them anything more because their leaders are doing it. When you have an opposition leader referring to a female as she's classless, when you see an opposition leader sharing a platform with a man that is spreading propaganda trying to destroy a young female's politician career, what they have no choice but to follow their leader.
Right. I think I was saying that earlier on. I think he set the platform for that like is all gloves off. So when you lead as them, I remember one of the top persons in the party, when he was speaking about Paula and Llewellyn, it was like so out of taste. It was like boom, guy, and I was like, wow, you know what, this woman that served the country for so many years,
This
we're
is
not,
exactly what I'm
yeah,
saying.
so
So when
yeah.
these people they're setting a dangerous precedent in this country, and it is showing. Every time they go on the political platform, they choose to attack women. Why? Because Mark Golan and the People's National Party hierarchy has made it the norm. When I see a man like Lloyd B. Smith saying that we should change the laws because a man said something, this is the type of hypocrisy we have to face in this country. Not because something is the norm. Crime has been the norm in Jamaica. Does that mean it's good? No. Not because something is the norm. We should make it. We should make it we should make it popular or say it's just one of those things. And I think that's why crime got out of control in this country.
Right.
So we
What we just say though, because their argument to counter that is we have, I think maybe the most women in the political um
listen,
party.
listen, you see how they have advertised it? That shows that this is gender identity politics that they're playing. This is what we call gender identity politics.
Wow.
I don't listen. From what I see, I don't know if others see it. I don't think they believe in those candidates, but they're playing gender identity politics. They see it as opportunities, just like when they gave Portia the PMP's president. They never saw it because they thought she was competent or they thought that she should have gotten that role. They gave it to her because it was an opportunity for them to be back into power. So you have to understand these things.
So
Look,
basically, in our language, that's say I use them, I use them.
yes, because in this day and age, Jamaica Labour Party has put for women time and time again, and they have gave women platform, and they see that the Jamaican people love what they're doing and accept it, so they're just trying the same thing. But listen, trying the same thing doesn't mean that you are showing support for the women in your party. And only thing we see it as shallow and opportunistic.
Just for the people who just a join, or if you never come across Navi before, Navi is actually 19 years old and she's on her way to Harvard University to study government and economics, and you're gonna go to law school as well, right?
Yes, I will.
So some things inspire me, like if a man say, like me can't, like for example, if a man say Vegas can't. I remember one time, right? Before me go back at school, right? Cause me love have them type of conversations here. Me love to learn. Me love have discussions. Yeah. And after I interviewed the Prime Minister in I think 2015, 2016, yeah. There was just like a light bulb, like something just go off and you say, yo, so the man is so intelligent star, and like one of the the youngest Prime Minister at the time. Somebody I try for the Prime Minister office. I try to be Prime Minister. And the inspiration come this, but also I got inspiration from people when when you have a reason, and people that say, yo, Vegas are done smart, like something energize me, like, all right. Do you get the inspiration and the determination and I am going to do this to come back, come show and say, yo, a woman like, a sister like me can come around the country, or come have a position, or take up certain rules in the country to push the country forward. based on the rhetoric where you see I come from them, based on how you see them treat women? Does that, energize you, inspire you? Like, yo, I'm going to be
Yes, that
dedicated to the cause, studies and so forth, and that's gonna be something in the back of my head to say, yo, so them treat women, me I come show them say a woman can come be in the position of Andrew Williams, like Prime Minister of the country.
Yes, exactly. And one of the things that rubs me the wrong way about our opposition leader, because I don't talk down on him, even though I have my personal issues with him, I still respect him because he holds a public office of importance, which is our opposition leader. I have a problem with him not showing up for us because you're still our opposition leader. Listen, I always say we need to separate governance from party and and politics. He holds an office in this country that is of very importance, and he does not show up for the people of Jamaica. Are you going to send a proxy to lead this country? No, you're going to you're signing you're in a race for a job, and yet you don't show up for the people of Jamaica. Why? Because of party politics and ideologies?
When you say don't show up, what you mean though? What you mean?
I mean, like, of places of national importance. He does not show up. Like today, listen, today was a major for transportation system, and the person of the opposition does not show up. Where do you think they got that from? They got that from their leader. So this is the type of thing I'm talking about.
Hold on, Navi. Say them, say you're more, you're way advanced more than I'm expecting from a 19-year-old. Say we just say a while ago, people that fly over enough people head, Like today, this was supposed to be about the people, the children, them, the new bus, them for the people, the service to the people, them. And you're saying him not showing up today is a testament to him not showing up for the people, them.
Yes, because listen, you're the opposition leader. You're a part of Jamaica's government. When you take off your party colors, you are serving the people, and you're auditioning to be prime minister of this country. When you become prime minister, you are going to be serving labor right, PNP, no P, every P. So when things are of national importance, you should show up for the people, because at the end of the day, you should want the best for your citizens because you are our opposition leader. So he needs to separate his party ideologies and politics from things of national importance in this country. I can't want a man to be my prime minister and he does not show up to the meetings of heads of CARICOM. You are making us looking weak in front of our regional partners, saying that you can't put your politics aside to show up for the Jamaican people. And I will constantly say this: show up for the Jamaican people. You are our opposition leader.
Do you believe that you have more to offer to this Jamaica Labour Party campaign to reach more youths? Do you believe you have more to offer? Would you like to offer more, like in terms of being more out there speaking on, like, radio, television? Do you do are is your parents, are your parents okay with that?
Listen,
Are something you think about, like you think?
listen.
Yeah.
Even though I enjoy coming on here to speak, I don't think I'm that person to be out there. I think that everyone has their little duty, and I think mine is here speaking with the people, educating them. I'm not saying if I don't get an opportunity, I'll maybe think of it, but I'm comfortable right here because I want the people to listen, and I want the people to have a different mindset, because you see, we're not in a race to the gutter with them. We're not in a race to the gutter. And I want Jamaica Labour Party supporters to follow our leader, just like how they're following our leader. And our leader has shown me that he's not in the dirty politics. He's not in the stupidity, because he has said time and time again, he's still the leader of our country. So he can put down his duties to become this political idiot. He can't put down his duties to play politics because yet he serves the Jamaican people. And I think Mark Golding does not understand that he serves the Jamaican people. Even he represents the Jamaican people, and I think he constantly forgets that. So he constantly puts his party's ideologies over us, and I think that's one of the problems.
Do you believe his message is only to the PMP base?
Yes, he's directly speaking to his base. That's what the PMP has always done. They're directly speaking to their base.
And not the wider Jamaican
Yes,
people.
he's not speaking to Jamaica, he's speaking to his base, he's speaking to his sheeps.
Wow.
Listen, one of the things I think the Jamaican people should look at. My grandmother always told me, dance a yard before you dance abroad. You can't want to be auditioning to govern this country when your own constituency needs to be looked at. When you look at the Prime Minister's constituency versus the opposition leader's constituency, what does that say about them? You understand what I'm saying? What does that say about you?
At a time when you're getting constituency development funds.
Yes, and listen to me, and I hear these people going around telling the Jamaican people that, oh, everybody, I'm not getting money from the government, but this is the same thing that they have been doing over the years. So now that the Jamaica Labour Party is putting out the information and making the information accessible to Jamaican people, saying this is a lie, no go so everybody gets the same allocation and the same amount of funds.
Right.
Mark Golding has a piece of Jamaica's history located into his constituency. I don't see him asking the Jamaican government to preserve this or to do this or to do that. Because you have piece of our culture and piece of our history living in your constituency.
Trenchtown.
Yes, these are the things I am talking about. You don't even care about your own constituent, but you want to lead the Jamaican people? Come on, man.
Wow. You're a part of Y2K, right?
Yes, I'm a member.
Why did you join it?
Well, for the same exact reason. I can't go with a party that is not going anywhere. Meaning, if they can't reinvent themselves and change their ideologies, why should I align myself with those people?
G2K, my bad, G2K.
Why should I align myself with those people? And I think they're turning off many young people like me.
You said yesterday that the reason why you're coming back home, if the election call after you leave to go study, you say come back to Jamaica, you're gonna come back to Jamaica to vote. You buy a ticket, and your parents buy a ticket for you to come back and vote. Because you want, when you return in 5, 6, 7 years, you come to a Jamaica that you can see how it is developed and can be aligned with your goals. Can you explain more on that? Hello?
That is, you decide your future. Just like how you make the choices decide your future, you decide your future now. And if the Jamaica I want to come back to, I see that one party is heading into that direction. The Jamaica I want to come back to. So when I cast my vote is my voice to say, yes, I approve of this government. And I know when I return, this government is going to make sure that I return to a place that I'm proud to be of. And I'm proud to go into the workforce and work to help to build my country.
Nashika?
Go on, my brethren.
Yeah. We're reason with Navi. I know. I just come across her 2 nights ago. Trust me. She and Tari, I'm such big, big fans are, if we can call it that, when it comes down to the intelligence.
I think I saw her on Neighbor yesterday morning.
Navi, and Nashika, she's actually one of the I don't know if you meet her as yet, but very smart as well.
She don't meet me yet, but I heard her on Neighbors Live, and I was proud of her. And we used to tarry from maybe a little bit longer than her, but I am proud of you, and we appreciate you, because voices like these we need out here, because a lot of people think, say, people like call me tribal. Me always say call me tribal, but I will always support Andrew Holness because I see what he's doing. But I really love what you're doing. I love what you're saying, and you are focused and you have done your research, and that is what is important. We have always said, once you have done your research, you cannot support the People's National Party, and I hear that coming from you. Right? You talk about, I heard you're talking about the 18 years. I heard you're talking about identity politics, which is just the next form of MAGA movement, just the same thing, right? They're not far apart, and that's the kind of thing that they're projecting now on people, identity politics. So, continue the way I do. We the same way in the fight, the fight every single day, and we welcome you, you know, and we all have the same goals, to always come back to Jamaica, to give back to Jamaica, to develop Jamaica, because there's no way better than yard, no way at all, nowhere. So
Thank you very much. And I just, when I'm speaking, I want people to know that I'm speaking from a place of concern. I'm speaking from my heart. So, people, when I was on alive, I heard someone saying I'm getting paid or I'm reading from a script. I don't need to read from a script. Matter of fact, my script is in my head. So when I hear these people saying these things, I see that ignorance is one of the biggest things that is affecting Jamaicans. Ignorance, you know.
them say that about all of we, man. Them say all of we I get paid. All of we. Them say that about all of we. So
Listen,
welcome to the
listen,
club.
Lashika. They say accuse your enemy of what you're doing, and that's what the
Yeah.
PNP and their hierarchy keeps doing. Because when they were in government, all the things you see them preach in the Jamaica Labour Party, they think that they're doing the same because that's what they have done to the Jamaican people over and over again. And where that has, you know, I constantly say this when people be like, oh, there's still no water in these places. These kinds of infrastructure should have been in place from 30 years ago, 20 years ago. And when I hear the PMP coming to Jamaicans and telling them time home, when the Jamaican people has put their trust in them for 18 consecutive years, they have governed this country more than the other party, and yet they have failed the Jamaican people time and time again. And we need to say this over and over again. They are enemies of the state. They are traitors to the Jamaican people. Because if the Jamaican people have constantly put their trust in them and they have failed them, what are they to Jamaican people? They are enemies, and all of them over there, enemies of the state. And when I look at Miss Danishika Williams, a person, Donna Scott Motley, that's what I'm saying. These people are hypocrites. They're just there for opportunity. These are the same people that spoke out about this same party leader and his surrogates 2 to 3 years ago. But
And
people
as you
only
said, Navi,
talk
as
when it affects them. And I think that's
yeah.
one of the biggest things happening. People are selfish and people only talk when it affects them. Now I see all of them body over there. They think I see this and say, oh my God, they're so united. They're not. They're just there for the opportunity.
And
You
as
can
and
go,
as
Rashid.
and as you said, they have not changed. And when you look at the party, right? When you look at the party now, the current party that you're seeing the previous People's National Party, because one of the things that I looked at, I don't know, but me kind of think different. You see, the protest was an another eye opener for me. When you look, you see everybody come out. Those who the pan crutch stick, those who people don't remember about, all of them came out to protest against Dennis. And you know what? You know what that shows me? they are all going to come back. The same people them what we call thief or rob, what we know to take taxpayers' money, they are all going to come back as advisors to that same government if we make the mistake and putting back the People's National Party. Omar Davis was out there talking about taxpayers' money and nobody not done taxpayers' money like him. So these are the people that are in the shadow of the PNP who is going to come right back and as advisors come collect 15 and 20 and 30 million dollars. And that's what I'm saying. So we have to know what we're doing and preserve the gains.
Can I say something? Can I say something, Lashika? Listen, you're not wrong because like I said, the PNP has nothing to offer this country. When a man like Wickham McNeil is still on a PNP ticket, when a man like Ian Hales is still on a PNP ticket, these people, Wickham McNeil to be exact, has done 25 years in one constituency and got thrown out. Why is this man still on a ticket to be elected into our parliament? You have 25 years. You should have stepped away when you wanted to step away because the people gave you the chance to serve them. You should have served them. Why are you still on a ticket? When I hear these people of high society, this Mark Guinness, Sapanari's friend, coming to talk about how much the economy is the worst it has been. You know why it is worse it has been? Because the pie is splitting. Because they can't be a monopoly in Jamaica anymore. They can't control everything and say, we alone must sell this or may the people have a choice, and they hate that the people have a choice. So when I hear these people, these Tapanari's people that have been controlling the monopoly in this country for years upon years upon years, coming out to say the country is the worst it has ever been. It is the worst it has ever been because the citizens actually have a choice now. They have a choice to whether where to spend their money. They have a choice to support who they want. They have a choice to buy what they want, and they hate that. So when you see a man like Omar Zan coming out to say the economy is worse because he does not have the means, so the Jamaican people have to buy things from them. And when
just like the taxi man them earlier today,
yes,
just like the taxi man them earlier today, I talk about we are suffer. They don't have access over the people of Jamaica again. Them can't go say, all right, me a black road Monday morning when school for start, because guess what? The buses are give them competition in a them skin. Now here must say, we not make no money. We don't have that control over the government, over the country again. Right? Or don't have that control. So
to strike on school days.
Yes. Them a ball, we are this, we are suffer. When you did a hold the country hostage, you never know that.
Right.
Now the pie has split up.
Yo, that's a great point Navi making up. She the thing I like listening to you, Navi. And those, it's so short time. It's like points that I make, but you're able to, expound on them in a way where, you broaden the reasoning. Yes, I say broaden the reasoning where, people can see, exactly what's happening. And maybe because me is a quote unquote artist and then expect artists to have any form of intelligence we can speak on this matter. When someone, a 19-year-old come forward who is on her way to Harvard, who wants to be a lawyer, who wants to come back and serve our country, maybe when we hear from her, a young person, a younger person than us, when we understand what we are talking about, Mark Golding not reaching the youth them, Mark Golding is not connecting with the youth them, and if he not connect with the future, how is he of any use to the country? If somebody want to put in a government, has no plans that connect him with the future. When I go put him in the government, the youth them not connect with him. I'm Renza, what you say? Me there I talk to Navi, I'm so privileged to speak to her. What you say?
Mr. Vegas, good evening to the panel, good evening to Navi.
Hold on them in a box.
Protecting, stay away there, man. Where you go, man?
Good evening to Navi.
Protecting that top of the screen, brother.
Stand away there, man. At JWorks.
Yeah, protecting, man. Big up yourself. Big up yourself. Great job you are doing. Big up yourself, protecting. Keep fighting for Jamaica. Big up yourself.
Respect.
Yeah, Renza, yeah, what you think about what the sister is saying?
That is my reason for my request. As if you were watching my comments, dear Vegas, from the first time I heard this young lady speak on Hello Neighbor, oh my God, Tara, I think Tara introduced her to us that evening, and from then I've been asking constantly, I need to hear more from this young lady. And I keep on saying in the comment section, Y2K need to know about this young lady. Little I know that
Is it G2K, right? It's G2K, right? Protecting Lashika?
G2K.
Yeah, G2K.
G2K, sorry. G2K need to know more about this young lady. Little I know she was already apart. These are the people that let us feel proud, feel comfortable, that our future are secure in returning to our country. We're happy. We want to have young people like Navi and Tari, who is going off to study, planning on coming back to give service to our country. These people let us feel so happy and proud, knowing that our future will be secure, our country will be in great hands. And I am so proud of this young lady. I heard her saying that she don't want to do more speaking, but I'm encouraging her. That is your field of trade. Now is the time to practice. This is your opportunity. Use your opportunity. Go out and do as much. If there's opportunity opening up for you to do more, contribute as more, because that is what you're planning on doing. So do as much. You are a great public speaker.
Yeah.
You are a great public speaker.
What I'm impressed with about her, Renza, she hold me hostage to her
Not just you, the entire listening audience.
Is that a lot of people hold me, connect me because me have attention span problem. See? So, and we live in a fast pace cycle. So for someone to hold me, captive to a conversation, they have to be very good at it. And I think there is something about Tari and Navi, when they speak, you are forced to listen.
We are.
It's like when I just came across Barack Obama. And
Yes.
I'm not just guessing you here in Navi because you're there on the platform. It's like when you speak, there's a level of
captivate you. They captivate you.
Yeah, so
They
in
captivate
our world,
you, and then the information grabs your attention.
in our world, you will be the Sanchez and the Dennis Brown in our world. When we heard the voice, we just like, yo, So like when you and Tari speak, it's just like there's something about it. And you are going to Navi, and I want to continue doing it. Yeah. And I know you have a very long way to go. You're 19 years old, maybe someone will not going to live to see it. But we just make you know, just in case we're not there when it manifests, your dreams them, maybe to serve this country or whatever. But we just want you to understand that the way you speak and the way you put forward your intellectual conversations, you have us listening. And that is great about
and I want her to know that it's not just us listening, because when a 19-year-old can be putting across points like these, having other persons are listening. And I'm not just talking on this platform, I'm talking on the other side. So Navi, what you are saying, I'm sure that the other people are hearing about you. They're hearing what you're saying. So you're reaching a wide audience. So keep on doing it, and don't limit yourself.
Funny story is that when the live when we were on Mr. Vegas, live that we were on, a representative of that other side said that we need to speak off the air, and Tari was like, not over my dead body, make them go on where them will go.
Oh, so you actually speak to Tari?
Yes, Tari is my friend.
Jaja, what are sitting then comrades in a problem for the next 30-40 years. Lashika, protecting.
My very good friend. We speak.
I want to tell you, Vegas.
Yeah, man. I don't know if I'm not sure if you ever heard about
Yes, man.
Navi and
Me
Tari.
bigger up already, man. And at the same kind of strength and at the same kind of feeling. The first time I heard Tari, I did have to bigger jump in at the box just to big him up. And then the other evening, I was on Neighbor, and Navi was there participating and contributing. I made that me come out of the box, because my time is done. And then Navi came up.
And she's not
And I
afraid.
listened to her. And I listen and I say, hold on there now, man. Then me beg Neighbor and Jamaican girl to jump back in the box. And when I jump back, I take 2 minutes to big them up. Because you see, Vegas, for too many of us in our society, I mean, I blame we. Our leaders have never focused on the importance of educating our people sufficient enough to have them see the importance of understanding, especially how democracy works. And too many of our people just think about from now to when Jesus come, whenever that is going to be. And they are not concerned that the world have existed for about 2 million years with evidence of more too. And there is evidence of human existence for the past 240,000 years. Now, if you have that kind of knowledge of human existence, then you will understand that we soon age out and pass out of this world, and that these young people are going to continue. And because of that, we have a lot of selfish people in our society. Them only think about themselves. All the 40-year-old, 50-year-old, 60-year-old, and 70-year-old are think about themselves. So they are not making any decision that will protect and support and advance even them picnic or them grand picnic or them a plan for Jesus come next week. And I am encouraged by Tari and Navi. And every chance me get, me I go big them up. Because at the end of the day,
it's like protect the surf cut you. It's like them make me and you feel like, yo,
Yes.
we're doing the
Yes.
right. You know that feeling that like you say, yo, them children are out here saying these things and a different
Yes.
the things that it's like it solidify our stance. You
Our
feel that, you
stance.
feel a sense
And
of that
our
the Lashika, everybody, you feel that?
Yes. Like we are work for something Vegas.
Like we know say what we are do, I know nothing wrong.
Bigger
Like you
than
know
we.
something there.
It's bigger than with Vegas. And
Yeah.
it feel encouraging to know say when time I start walk with Walker and I shit in a pampas. These young people will take charge of our country because they are so ready, and they will implement policies that will protect us who will become the aged in a few years. And this is what we fight for. And we need to start understanding as a people that Jesus now come next week. At 2,000 years, them said that I go on. So Tari I go grow up and probably run for prime minister. Navi I go grow up and probably vie for prime minister or president. By that time we have a president too.
Right.
So we have to understand that they are in fact the future, and not just word them out or some bossy words put in our speech.
Navi, have you ever met the prime minister?
Met him before.
What was the experience?
Everything I dreamed about. He's always been a person I have looked up to. So it was just one of those moments where I'm in like so I can't really tell you the feeling. But you know when you see yourself in someone, or you see that someone is representing us. Because listen to me, what the Prime Minister has constantly done, and I will constantly say this, he has shown up for us. He has shown us that he's serving us, and we are diligently serving him when we put him in a place to serve us. So when I see him at different events, I'm just in awe saying, oh my God, the Prime Minister does not need to be here, but he's here. And I think that is what politics and representing people is no more of today. Let the people see you. Because I've heard stories of people saying, I never seen my MP before. I've never seen my Prime Minister before. But Andrew Holness has changed the dynamic in this country to show our leaders that they need to let the people see them. Sometimes the people maybe don't want anything from them. They want to see you because we are putting you there to represent us. You know?
I know you might have been doing your exams around the time, or studying for your exams around the time of the the Integrity Commission report and the rhetoric that were proliferated. Have you gotten a chance to look at the information?
Gotten a chance to see the information. Listen,
Meeting the Prime Minister. Yeah.
my stance on I'm telling you, my stance on the civil society, I don't see them as anything more than being PNP operatives. That's what they have shown me. You know, when I see persons of civil society choosing and being biased on what they speak of, they are not convincing me. And I refer to the non-integrity commission. The non-integrity commission, because they have no integrity. You can't be preaching something, but yet you're over there being biased. I see civil society in their various groups come out and speak about everything, but when the other side does something, it's total silence. What are you saying to
us? When you said biased, though, explain that. Why?
They're biased with what they talk about or what they think.
No, I mean the IC.
Oh, the IC. Listen. Okay, you said you suspect the Prime Minister of illicit enrichment. You go on this witch hunt with the Prime Minister's name. You put out everything. You take $30 million out of the public purse. Because listen, you see, when you took that $30 million out of the public purse, it's not between the Integrity Commission and the PM anymore. It's between the Integrity Commission, the Jamaican people, and the PM. You brought us along in this ride. You brought us along in this ride, and now you have left us out. Remember, it's not between you guys anymore. It's the three of us. Because you took $30 million out of our tax-paying dollars, and you brought us along into this ride. So
Navi, take it too far.
Navi, a serious Prime Minister candidate is going to be
protecting when Navi come from. Yo, Navi, boy, Christ, stuff. You know, says that it's a young lady like a 90-year-old me attack for a reason me that type of way. What you say? Navi, you can't say that so fast.
Hold on.
You know, me hear neighbor yesterday when you attack, you have to slow down because him want it soaking. You know. And me realize you're dangerous. You know? Navi, listen, people. We have 333 on the screen. You know, look, 333 on the screen. I don't know how number that. Look at. Navi just said, from you use the taxpayer money if you go pay for the forensic report, it's no longer the IC and the Prime Minister. I Prime Minister.
Long time we tell them that Vegas.
No. So all the left without it when they get down. No. Navi. You don't know about Navi.
Yes, I'm saying that they brought us along into this ride, and I think as a person that paid for it, we want to see the results. It's like parents sending their kids to school. They want to go to graduation, and just like parents send their kids to school and they want to see graduation, we want to see that report.
Jesus Christ.
This wasn't about the Prime Minister and his statutory declaration or investigation. This was just a play by the PNP and their surrogates. It was difficult.
Make sure land.
No man, more you jump me take me off because me go through one spot, you know, so right.
All right, Meji.
Yeah. We go and listen, but take me.
Yeah, continue, sister.
Yes. So this was just a ploy with them and their operatives to take down the Prime Minister using character assassination. Because that's one of the main things, the main attraction to Andrew Holness was his charisma and his interaction. So when you try to disrupt the public's trust in him, what do you think is going to happen? And that's what they have been doing. Them and their operatives, they see that they can't come from a place of policies and politics. So they have to come from a place of personal attacks. And I think Jamaican people need to realize this. Why do you think it's a PNP talking point? Not because they care, but it was because this is the only way they saw that they could have won or convinced the people to put them back into power. Because remember, these people don't want to come and serve the people, you know. because their own slogan tells us what they're about. Time come. Time come for what? Time come to serve the Jamaican people? Time come for them to being back into power because they're spoiled and entitled and feel like this country belongs to them because the people have constantly put their trust in them to lead us. And I think that's what their problem is, and they see. And you just have to listen to these people. I don't need to make up any lies or any accusations. The
Right.
way these people speak.
Right. As a student, right? Still a student, or someone who just graduated. What are your views on the arguments surrounding the school bus system that the government implemented?
Listen, I have not gone through the struggles of transportation. I can say that much. But that does not mean I can't see someone else struggle. I have never experienced it, but that does not mean I cannot see it. And I think many people in this country are just selfish. And when I see people cheering on these people, talking a whole bunch of nonsense, they don't have a problem with the school bus system, you know. They just think this will take the JLP over the line to win this election. And remember, they're desperate for power. They don't have a problem with this. And for the people cheering these people on and speaking, it is old bus or this or new bus or in between. These people, children go to school in private vehicles, I can tell you, because I've gone to school with these people's children. So take it from me, when you guys are out here saying this is old bus and the government, this and the government, that their children are going to school in SUVs, tinted, and have on what I call them lights just to flash to people out of the way to get out of their way. So when they're just making it political because they feel like that whatever chance, the window that was open for them to be back in power is slowly closing. And I think that's what the problem is. So when I hear them speaking, they have no choice but to oppose because they have nothing to talk about.
Wow. Kimmy, welcome, sister.
Navi girl. Good afternoon, shower liberate, shower liberate. I just want to say this. I'm very, very proud of you. Congratulations on the steps that you're taking as a young individual to lift up Jamaica and put us where we're supposed to be. I'm also very proud of you for getting accepted into Harvard University. Girl, I know you're going to make you proud. I know you're going to go do it. But I want to back you up a bit on the school bus system. I woke up this morning and I scrolled up. A lady was on there telling her truth about the bus. She recalled going to school and getting molested. She recalled going to school and the taxi driver saying that they won't take them. She recalled all of the things that happened to her. And she's a bigger woman than us. She recalled everything that happened to her when she was using public transportation. Her last word in that message said, "My daughter will be able to go to school safe, and I don't have to worry about my daughter being assaulted. I don't have to worry about my daughter not coming home, and I don't have to worry about half of the things that I had to worry about when I was going to school." Now, let me tell you something. We, the Jamaican people, we are tired of hearing these stupid things that these people are talking and going about and saying about the bus. The first mistake they made was to wish death on our nation's children. The second mistake they make was to continue dragging this bus system in the public eye to make it look like we're an idiots or we're a fool. Now, when you wish death on children, what are you telling me as a human being? What are you telling me to do? Because you're telling me as a female, as a mother, because I am a mother, and my son will not benefit. I will say that with all of my chest. My son will not benefit from the bus reward program. He will not. You know why? Because this is how I look at it. I have a neighbor, and my neighbor is financially unstable.
and I can afford to send my son, but my neighbor cannot afford to send her daughter to school because the daughter taxi fare or bus fare is too high, would I put my son on the bus? No, I wouldn't. I would give my neighbor the spot and say, so since it's $50 on the bus, let your daughter go to school. Because in that breath, we're looking at the next Prime Minister of Jamaica, the next Governor General, the next doctor, the next lawyer, the next social worker, the next engineer, whatever she wants to be, that's her. Now, this bus system that the People's National Party is currently fighting and tearing and calling down, none of them, as you rightfully said, know what it is like to take public transportation to go to school. None. I recall last year, one of the days, my son literally called me, Mommy, I don't go anywhere. I just can't get any taxis. The taxi said they're not carrying school children. It's happening in our Jamaica. Yet still you have a time to come sit down and tear something that will benefit us as Jamaicans, us as a people, and that indeed moving Jamaica forward to the 2030 vision that the Prime Minister has. What are they telling us? What are they really telling us as people? Let's not.
They have constantly put their party politics and ideologies over the Jamaican people. They don't care about the Jamaican people. They just care about a loophole and a window to power. And that's what they're constantly doing. So when you hear them speaking, that's exactly how they feel. That's exactly how they feel.
Navi, you might have a better chance at reality growing up because you may have had a different lifestyle than a mother who has a child. Now, you see me not vote for Labour right because Labour right must say no. I'm voting because I want a betterment for my country. I choose Jamaica, and the reason why I choose Jamaica is as much as how we are a little dot on the map, we are the biggest country in the world. I strongly say this. Marky G, my Swampy, cannot represent Jamaica on a world stage because he cannot speak on a world stage. Him can't perform. Him can't even dress for go up on the world stages. I go to my bed, Navi, and I dream. I have nightmare for say him go in front of the president of Zimbabwe and him attack, and Zimbabwe say, why do you smell like you were drinking? Or in Zimbabwe president go ask him one question and him go say, boy, I man is a humble youth, yeah man. And him these are the things that come up in my head, you know. Navi, listen to me, no people don't laugh at me.
Kimmy, can I say something? Kimmy, can I say something?
Go ahead, honey.
But on that matter, listen, when the people of Jamaica said, oh, he's not Jamaican, he started to act in a way that is not how Jamaicans act. That is not how Jamaican. That's how you think of our people. That's how you think the common people, the common man. Like
I'm going to, Mr. Vegas, I'm also going to start my live. I have my post already that I'm going to have in the background. It's going to be nice.
You know what? Give it about 3 minutes. Cause I come listen. I go jump off and come listen because trust me.
If I may say,
Navi, I'm not finished, but Navi, I'm gonna send you a follow because I really want you to come over.
People, please follow her as well because trust me.
Follow me, guys. I'm gonna do my live.
I couldn't in my wildest dream think that you would further, take me on this journey.
Vegas, listen to me, and this is me personally. I have to. The reason why I have to, I have a boy child growing up in Jamaica. I have a son. I have someone that I don't want no man at half a tree. No man downtown and look at my son wearing and him can't defend that. You understand? I don't want nobody tell my son that him can't talk to a gay certain type of way because it's now legal in the country. And because me really and truly now got jail for nobody, but me rather. My Swampy don't have a plan, guys. He does not have something to subsidize with us to say, this is what we're gonna do. Everything that they talk about. Navi, did you see the news? The news yesterday? One of the news is Marky G promised to build more centers for women that is wild. It's already done. It's been done. Babsy Green has built how much in 9 years? How much has he? How much them they make in a for them 18 and a half years?
But can I say something? Why is it that the Jamaica Labour Party has always been held to a higher standard than the People's National Party? Is it that the People's National Party believe that they are so entitled? And this is my reason for saying this. If you look at it, the Jamaica Labour Party has never come into government without giving the people a plan, a good plan that they
Right,
see to move the country forward.
it's like the boyfriend where look the girl and you have to go extra hard.
No, I'm going to
All the
not
time.
agree. I'm not
All
going
the
to
time.
agree with that.
Let me
All
tell
the
I'm
you.
not going to agree with that,
Hold on.
Lisa. I
Hold
definitely
on,
don't
hold on,
agree with that
guys.
with you. And I'll tell you
Hold
why
on, let me
after
tell you.
her.
Let me
You want
tell you
to?
why. You remember when Portia Simpson came into power, and Portia Simpson, there's a Portia Simpson cabinet. It was no longer a cabinet, it was a break front or something like that, because everybody had to get a ministry. And it was the same time when she came into government as well. She bought a whole lot of pahiras. Mute the person, please. She brought a whole lot of pahiras, Prado vehicle, and thing. And then she had a whole host of advisors and everything like that. So people sing for them supper when they are when the JLP is in power. So in order for them, even the girl, what's her name, from Integrity Action, she was on a board with Bunting. She worked closely with Bunting, right? Daniel Archer, right? She was the one who represented them for the $400 million down a Manchester Parish Council. So these people, when you hear them talk, they don't talk from a genuine place of holding a government accountable or to a higher standard. They talk because they have to talk. They want their government back in power because them supper or them salary is of paramount importance, and that is it.
The thing is, Rashika, the other day I was doing some research, and I think the Prime Minister brought it up the other day when he was down in, I think, Clarendon or one of those places. He said that the Pickers Guild Committee, and I did some research, and listen, these people literally said, if you are not a democratic socialist, you have no place in civil society. So when you see these people speaking, this is what they have done. They have infiltrated our society to place their people to make sure that their policies and their ideologies are always in circulation, even when they're not in power. Why do you think they can tell the Prime Minister or tell the Jamaica Labour Party how to govern? Because they know their surrogates and their people will back them to the T. Because these people were placed to make sure that even if these people aren't in power, their ideologies and their way of policies are still in circulation.
Agree. All right, so as it relates to them not having a plan, I'm not going to say they did not have couple plans over the 18 years that could have materialized and developed Jamaica. They did. What they didn't have is the proper persons to materialize these plans. Now, remember, no, them do that whole school bus something in 2015, you know. Let's just remember. And of course, a lot of Jamaicans were happy for it until tragedy struck, because they bought these minibus that was not capable to do what they were supposed to do, and how much persons were hurt and how much was unalive.
Kimi, they did not buy these vans. It was a man.
I know.
It was a man, and that man took them to court. That man even took them to the Privy Council because he hasn't.
And I'm still waiting to see their manifesto. I'm waiting for it.
I remember, Navi. I was going to touch on it because I remember they did not have it. They did not have nothing to say. This is what is going to happen. Now, unfortunately for them, unfortunately for the families, we lost a few children in that bus crash.
But Kimmy, sorry to cut you, but remember remember the JLP had a plan to bring in the school bus, them stopped it in 2014. Remember that and ended up with those. So So what they're saying now,
It's
I hope that them
2011
bus a crash on him
because
something there, you know, remember
wait, Mr. Vegas, it was 2011 because you remember the Andrew Holness would have lost that election to Portia in 2011. So
Right.
anything that was happened after he lost the election, they would have
Right.
stopped.
So 2014, Omar Davis basically blocked the school buses that were supposed to come in and discontinue the program and eliminated the
Yeah.
yeah.
But I had a little brief. I watched the Andrew Holness live a while ago with handing over all the JUTC buses that came down a while ago. And I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna show you how I know for sure that Mas Swampy cannot speak for Jamaican on a world stage. Darrell Vaz, the the transport minister, went up and he came like this. Yo, 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 yo.
Puppy show thing.
And dignitaries that were sitting in that audience
Laugh.
started to laugh.
The man, Mark
The
going
girl
right like a puppy show.
Like the girl at the Navi, the girl that sign and she can't hold the sign because she have to hold on her every show so she not laugh. Navi,
You know,
guys,
the man that's supposed to lead this country become a clown.
the man that is supposed to be our leaders, guys. That's who uno want vote for the PNP.
Me and I said this.
Not my leader.
Kimmy, and I said this to Mr. Vegas, when you see a man like Mikhail Phillips that did not show up for the Jamaican people, because it is not no JLP and PNP, you know. He did not show up for the Jamaican people. Where is he getting that from? His leader. Some people do what their leaders do. And that's what Mikhail Phillips showcased today.
Yeah, that's a very important point that Kim made.
And this is not the first time the PNP has showed us, Mr. Vegas, that they don't show up for anything that is happening in the country. It's not the first time. Mas Swampy can't show up nowhere anyways, because Mas Swampy can never yet look good. And if you realize, they realize that because they are now don't know what to do. He's a meme. Everybody make joke of him. You know what they're doing? They're attacking the Prime Minister's personal life. Did they know that it's called definition of character? Whether him and Juliet divorce or not, whether them this or not. One of phone business that come tell people in business and stop talk foolishness on social media. Mas Swampy and him entourage. Cause you have Vegas, I don't know if you saw it, because I like to sit down and read sometime and watch some videos. Mr. Bunting was in somewhere in Manchester, and I talked to one lady, and the lady at PNP, and the lady said, "Oh, me can't vote for Labour right. Hey, I up there some ban and going now. The lady bury and dead up there so. Bury and dead up there so." And he said, "Yeah, at that time, long time, you know, listen to what the woman I said, because you have corrected her instead of gaining to her and understand what she said. She lady said, bury and dead up there so." And then you chimed in on that. You chimed in on that and said, "Wow, so sorry to hear, man. Make it make sense. You're not listening to what the lady was saying. They don't listen to the Jamaican people." And that is why Mas Swampy and him entourage, Mas Satan and the other one. Because Mas Swampy really and truly, you know, guys. I'm not calling by name until election done. And when it done, him still name so. Mas Swampy and him entourage has nothing to give us as Jamaican people, nothing to offer us, because everything that they are putting on the table has to do with money, and nobody's telling us where the money is coming from. Mas Swampy, Stunting, Satan, and the rest. None of them can tell me. Pork eating Rasta can't tell me. None of them can tell me where the money will come from. Tell us where it's coming from. Just like how the Prime Minister was able to stand on stage in Olaba and talk about how many more houses he's going to build and where that money will be allocated from. Tell me where you're going to get $1 billion to pay Rosalie. Tell me. These are the things that we need to start thinking about, people. Big man team. Mas Swampy in his budget debate says that when you go to student loan and you borrow money, you're not going to pay no interest. So help me to understand who are going to pay the interest if it's not we taxpaying dollar I'm going to tax. Now, me believe so when them win. Remember them tax on Cat Vegas, them are going to tax Pantinex if them win, and them not going to win. That is how it's going to go, because all of these empty, every time I scroll the Gleaner, Mark Golding pledged to do this, Mark Golding pledged to do that. The next thing I'm going to pledge to do is bring water from the moon. That's a must what I'm going to do. Because you're pledging to give us wasteland. You're pledging debt on our children. What are you pledging? You can't talk. Good. I man, sorry, yeah, man. We are called for one proper apology. I wanna hear it all now.
But Navi made a key point in Kimi. And I've never looked at it. I mean, at least she connects some dots way. It's like me I get some answers, some questions. Because I speak on these things, but like I am asking the question why, and she is like a psychologist. So she just come and she said, you notice how him start act from the people him say man of Jamaica.
But it's true. Navi is true. And Navi, you know,
realize since them say about
true.
Jamaica, the man Jamaican dialect just increase. Yeah, man.
But Navi, you know what they try to do? You know what you need to look at to Vegas? Look at this. Look at when he's walking through the crowd. He doesn't really want to touch the people in the crowd. He's always backing off a little. I look at him when he's walking through the crowd.
I saw that too.
I saw that the other day. A little child run to him. A little girl. Like the pick them would run to Andrew and him grab them up. A little girl run to him and him back off. And he must remember said the camera shot. He remember never take a drink and favorite spirit yet. Huh? So because of that, you know, him back off and then him realize how him done, him catch up and hug up the little girl. He doesn't want to touch us. Why don't you want to touch us?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Someday, listen, you see when these people come in with their plans to say, they're gonna do this, and then you're saying where's the money come from? Remember, the middle class is who is paying all these taxes. Middle class is the one that's going to pay for it. Look at it this way. When the middle class in Jamaica is just coming back, you know, because Mark Golding and Peter Bunting and Omar Davis and all the other surrogates of the PNP wiped out the middle class with FinSac. So when they come with all these taxes and middle class pays for it, many businesses will have to close down. And who will benefit from no more competition? Marky G and his Tapanari's friends. Because if the people's businesses will close down, many of them won't have any more competition. So me say you have to look at these key things. When you wipe out the competition, then it's all back to a it's all back to a monopoly. Only a few persons at the top will be controlling this country. So you just have to look at these key things.
Travi.
Finally, me and you. Blessings.
Where you say, brother?
Greetings,
You know, say me you to subscribe to your reasoning, you know. Me I tell you say right now. And Navi blow me out of the park, brother.
Yeah, man.
Like a cricket ball, bro.
I'm listening to them.
I understand, Vegas, the young ladies of the country, the young ladies. I'm not bashing the young men. I'm not.
Of course, because Tari sharp, you know.
Yeah, I know. The young ladies of the country, hats off to them.
Yeah.
And the reason why I say that is because a lot of them that is going on the public and talking about the Jamaica Labour Party see what the Jamaica Labour Party has done for them. And a lot of these young ladies are not settled into, because I grow up in a PNP home, I have to be a PNP. These young ladies that are constantly talking are choosing Jamaica, and that is because they want to have a future. People are come back a yard, Vegas. People want to come back a yard. People are pack them things to come back a yard because now money they are yard. Things are going a yard. You understand? There was a time when we couldn't get no work. There were times when even the very same young ladies would have left school and it's there battering. Why? Because Swampy and him Tapanaris them just put it for themselves and them family. We don't get, the lower class don't get, all we get is tax and more taxes. You understand? When you think about it, remember it's more Swampy and him Tapanaris, then we make we have to buy half stick of butter and toothpaste, a shopping up and toothbrush, Let us remember that happened to us in the PNP days. Those are when they was in power. I remember a young lady said she was unable to afford a pack of sanitary napkins. And Mr. Vegas, I remember because I buy them in a couple. I took it up and I gave her one. And the other day she saw me and she said, Monsieur, I'm a green band. She said, you still support them people? I said, oh, you are support. I said, let me bring back your memory to when you were unable to buy sanitary napkins. And you said you were tired of them. What brings my mother said them? I said your mother not for control you. You're a big woman. You say you know for yourself. You have 3 children and all your 3 children is on path. And your path money has been doubled since the Angela administration come into power. And you're telling me you're walking proudly with a band on your hand when you is the one benefiting more from my prime minister than I am?
Give me somebody said, and I want Travis, because Travis, you know, say you must have listened to Navi. So I just want you bless her up as one of the brilliant minds, you know, we put this whole thing together. We join force, you know, with us. You know, a lady said to my girl the other day, said, it's the first time in her life she feels unafraid to say she has support the Jamaica Labour Party, because she said over the years it has always been, if you're afraid to say you're Labour right and you support the Jamaica Labour Party. If you say a PNP is fine, you know, you don't have to worry yourself, you know, people now skin up them face by you. And she says the first time in her life she actually don't feel threatened. She says she has support the Jamaica Labour Party and she's a Labour, right? Because there are so many other people around her who she interacts with, where share the same sentiments or support. It's like a shift in the political landscape. If you understand the message, Travi.
With that point made, pardon my son.
Right.
With that point made, it underscores the fact that the PNP has always been the aggressor. That's why people has always been afraid to say that they're Labour, right? Because PNP has always been the aggressor. They subscribe to political violence. So people will be afraid while they can out and parade and do anything, because Labourites are peaceful people, and if you are PNP, we don't really have no issues with that. Okay, that's what you subscribe to. You go about.
Can I say something, Chavi?
One second, Kim, let him land. Oh, that's Navi. 1 second, Navi, let him land.
Yeah, man, we would go about our day, you know, just the same, and do what we with our name subscribe to. Labour, work. We go about our working. You know, I want to make a point about the boss, but I'm gonna let her come in and then I go back.
Yeah. Navi, what you were saying?
One of the reasons why there is a shift is because, remember, back in those days, people just took what they heard from the news and from the media, and the PNP has always demonized political leaders of Jamaica Labour Party. So these people, as I said, fear-mongering, these people don't know the truth because people used to take what they hear from the Gleaner and the news as gospel. So when the PNP pushed this narrative on the way, you can take it from the way they did Edward Tiaga, they demonized him, and many people to this day still have theories that they heard about him that maybe not be true, but is what they pushed in the media back in those days. And I think one of the main things that is happening and fighting against the People's National Party's ideology and narrative is that we have independent media. You have different people from their servers to broadcast.
Social media to the mix, Navi.
Yeah, there's different people to broadcast and showcase what these people are about. But back in those days, people took the radio and other forms of media as gospel. And these people infiltrated these medias and mediums of communications and demonized leaders of the other political party. You have rumors to this.
Can you imagine if we were still in that era or that cycle and we now have them platform here when the Gleaner posts all them things about the Prime Minister? What
Yes.
That's
They
what
were
we're
still being dominant.
That is why, yes, because I strongly believe back in 18 and a half years, if we had social media like now, they would not have reigned so long, Vegas. They would not, because they will hear a Navi, a Kimi, a Tavi, and the rest of Jamaica attack against their partyism. You understand? They will hear us say, no man, we can't listen. Vegas, remember, in a 2018, UTech nearly closed down. Why? Because the professors over UTech wasn't getting paid, and anybody want to come argue with me, come argue with me, panda when they call Papi in the live. When UTech was under budgeted, the government find a way to save UTech, and UTech is a big school. Them stage a black day at Papi in front of UTech, block up the road, no vehicles was passing because the teachers and the professors and everybody over there have placard. They want their money. Have you, in the last 9 years, have you seen a major institution aside from the Gleaner We are back my swampy. Protest against boat money. Let's be real about it. Only the Gleaner protest. So why they did not, since them are protest for money and them are backing so much, why them not go asking for the money? Because my swampy could have give them the money. They are, that is the only one. And then I see the hotel industry protest after, right after something came out in the media about the hotel. They stemmed it. They always push these things.
Right. Travis, jump back in, Travis.
Yeah, more and touch Navy's point as she mentioned just now. I think it sounds like a female, as she mentioned just now, that, you know, Gleaner and them used to control the circulation of information in Jamaica, and that's why they could infiltrate and stifle and hold down, and, you know, propaganda was so powerful back in the days. And it's not as powerful now. Nevertheless, they have not yielded on their attempts. Now, this article I want to bring to you guys' attention. Many of you may not have seen it because this was posted on the Gleaner's site around about 12:30 or 1 o'clock in the morning. I was up late working and I happened to check my phone and I stumbled upon this article. Screenshot it, put it one side. I realized there's no traction to it. There's nothing to it. They may not hear nobody talk about it really, because it was just one of those slide digs that they put out to get at people. So if you could expand my screen so we can talk to the people and show them.
Let's see how do this now. Let's see. Boom, 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 boom. Expand.
Right. Click on my name, I expand. So here it says, see, you see the Gleaner emblem, you see that it's the Gleaner. Notice me not follow them no more. Okay, you see follow them. Right? So we see Gleaner, we see the name of the person who penned this, Jalil Dabdoub. Let's look into the headline. Jamaica at a crossroad, a nation in need of leadership. You see the message that must spread? But watch this. Watch this. Let's take a deeper look. We see Gleaner, we see Jalil Dabdoub. Who is Jalil Dabdoub? Right? Notice Mark Golding who them put
a PMP son.
Hold on, watch this now. I'm gonna show you something. That's hold on, not him, not you yet. When we talk about Gleaner, we see this person. Check out his ethnicity and how it compares to Mark Golding, right? So we see that brother here when we see Gleaner. I show you the people who are at work, you know, who are fight the fight. So in the fight, this is Gleaner. This is the author of the article that was posted. You see, you get the drift of what I'm going? See the Gleaner, this is the Gleaner rep. And these views aren't views of Mr. Vegas, right? These aren't the views of Mr. Vegas. And the argument is factual, so we not worry about anything else. But I'm saying, this is the chairman of the RGR Gleaner Communications Group. Check out his ethnicity, right? And then we look at the writer of the article. This guy right here. You see this person? All right. This is his daddy. See him daddy, I know. Abe Dabdoub. Notice the shirt, notice the logo right in this region right here. So, all right. Back to the original article. You see where him and them people automatically have a connection without doing anything? I also want to point out, while they discredit this man right here and his leadership, stating that Jamaica in a crisis and in need of leadership, look who they're proposing. In our country that is 80% melanated people, we have our communication networks infiltrated by, and look on the Tapanaris friend them, you know, Tapanaris this. Look who I tell Jamaica people say the son of the soil is no good and we at a crossroad. Look at it. And here's another kicker when you consider this whole thing. You see, all of them people here have more land and asset and business in Jamaica than the man where they say a thief and have no right to be rich in this country. All of them have more money than the son of the soil where they say he no born in a riches, he come from dirt poor, he no need to do up the stuff for far, he never got none of the top school, them a St. Catherine if you stay one side. These are the people who have control. This is one big problem that Jamaica have. I mean, I tell you, we're not going to shake the problem anytime soon, because Gleaner, RGR Communications Group, the biggest media conglomerate in the Caribbean, is controlled by people who have told us who they are, that when them get control, them and them Tapanaris friends are going to run things. There's no question in it. There's no question in my argument, you know. There's no questioning. Show no. What them I tell Jamaica say? Imagine the unsuspecting, melanated person in Jamaica reads this article and take it for gospel without knowing the backstory. Who writes the article? Who controls the gleaner that is pushing the article? And also their political connections. And watch them now. Take that picture here, edit it up, bring up Mr. Holness skin color to almost match that man on the right side of him here. So you see the game they're playing? The game that they're playing right before our eyes. If we're not smart enough, if we don't know who controls what, we are gonna miss it. They're playing mind games. My grandfather told me years ago before he died, may his soul rest in peace. They have taken off the chains, and they're now using their brains. We have to be careful. Navi, you made such a powerful point. I had to share this because it's because the monopoly that this RGR, when people used to listen to only RGR and Gleaner and them alone, Jamaican people depend on the information. That's why they could have demonized Mr. Siaga. No other politician has contributed to Jamaica like he has in terms of development and institutions to create and push development in this country. UDC, Factories Corporation, NIS, name it, all of them. Mr. Siaga's time. But they treat him like crap, making it like he's nobody and nothing in this country.
Yes, so that's why now you hear these people, and I see a next narrative that they come with saying that Mark Golding is not looking to take from the Jamaican people because them say Andrew Honest is a thief, but this is the same Mark Golding that instituted the wipeout of the middle class. This is the same Mark Golding who comes from a line of slavery. But he's not looking to take from the Jamaican people. He has already took everything. So when I hear these people speaking, I'm like, who is giving these people information? Say Mark Golding come from a rich family. Where did that money come from? Remember, he he's still benefiting from slavery.
Navi, if we look,
he's still benefiting from slavery.
Navi, if we look, he was a strong member of the People's National Party. He was one that led it that way, right? We know this. Now he's coming under fire from other medias for saying that because him saw this. Now he's coming under Andrew Holness politics and going at the communities and talking about what the work the Honorable Prime Minister has done. They are now saying that our Prime Minister has bought out Cliff Hughes, and that is another thing. Now, because what they realize that you do have some channels in Jamaica, aside from TVJ, The Gleaner, and The Observer, still have to say them are back. I for sure say no, but there are good things happening. Work are going, things are happening. Why are we not showcasing this? I come back to what Tavi said. Tavi said he'd unfollow the Gleaner. The Gleaner did not. When they selected the Prime Minister to be the chairman of CARICOM, the Gleaner did not bring that article until late, I think. They did not, and Cliff Hughes spoke about it and said something like this should have been in every media centers in Jamaica because it's an historic moment for Jamaica. But again, they don't recognize historic moments in Jamaica because if they did not recognize St. Thomas, they don't recognize the bus system. If they did not recognize St. Thomas, they don't recognize the bus system. What are they gonna do? They don't recognize historic moments. That party don't like nothing good that comes out of our.
Jimmy, I will say this to you. We're not gonna see these things coming into the traditional media because I just show you in a Gleaner RGR Communications Group. I'm gonna get a list of all the stations and companies that they control. Like I said to you, it's the biggest media conglomerate in the Caribbean. They control all of these places. So guess what? Nothing that they don't want reporting will not be reported. And they have been feeding the Jamaican people a steady diet of negativity.
But Travi, I remember, as a youth where used to go by the Glean and them thing there. The journalists were just show me, you know, I find it strange. I never know say down they get so white.
You see, every time I see one article posted, me look who are the author, and then me look up the person. Because whether we believe it or not, these people are serving their own interests. We know that. And the funny thing about it is, a lot of time we come out and we talk about the Marxist theory that the PNP practice, that they accuse their opponents of what they do. Notice they will come out and say, oh, them buy up the media. Mark himself said it. Their communication is so strong, they have bought out the media. We can barely do anything. And then cuss Cliff Hughes, saying pay up Cliff Hughes and this and that. But when really, they are the ones. Listen, the chairperson of the RGR Communications Network is Mark Golding, one of his closest friends. They worship in the same temple. They support the same beliefs. And I will show you something again. He did what no other media personnel has ever done in this country by coming out to endorse Mark Golding's ascendancy to PNP presidency. It was unheard of. It sent shockwaves to Jamaica. But guess what? The shockwaves calm down because they have high connections and just link up that person to tell that person to calm down. Left that topic there. This, that, and the third. And I want you to pay attention to the house slaves, I call them, the media practitioners that work for these companies, how they will stretch the truth. How they will stretch the truth and how they will play and dance and dip to make their narrative sound feasible to the people of Jamaica. That's what they are willing to do. Deanne Jackson Miller, check out how she handles certain things. And I want you to pay attention that there's two different Deanne Jackson Miller. There's Deanne Jackson Miller of the YouTube channel, and then there's Deanne Jackson Miller of TVJ's All Angle. Different views, different approach, and different way of questioning when you go on either program.
Softballs.
Yeah, definitely.
So Tavis, give me a follow because I'll be going live.
Yeah.
And I would love for you to come
Yeah,
over
man,
and
I gotta
share.
jump off now too. So yo,
Navi.
Navi, I appreciate you
love
so
you guys
much.
over
I'll
there.
keep on listening to you. Lashika, Kimmy, Travis, the audience. Yo, trust me, you teach you a lot today, sister, and I must say respect for that, yeah?
So everybody in the comments, you can give me a follow and join the live. I'm gonna be coming on shortly, and we can talk more about how Jamaica has developed. You'll see the poster enough here. All right, Navi? Please, I encourage you, come over. I have a lot of young people pass through my live. I want them here to hear the news.
All right, bless up. So people, when you hear it from the voices of especially the sisters, them, you know. So when you know, say, if this is the direction, that PNP choose, you know, for disrespect the women, them and be misogynistic, well, them go feel not the polls because, you know, if the young generation now mess with the PNP, I think so when it rise as party before it rise, it go fall. Yeah? I think we're in a serious problem. Hey, we are pro labor rights. Oh, I think we're in a serious problem.
I hear the song with the country dude make I only hope Andrew hear it quick and fast and use it on the trail. It is literally making getting a lot of tractions.
Well, something else up for them, you know. Let's go. Let's labor right, must say. Bad star. Fresh out of lab. Down the road we gone, you know, people. Down the road we gone. Down the road we gone. Down the road we gone. And there will be peace and no war.